Well, here we are, Saturday. Uh, got some really got some important announcements. I think I'm going to um, we'll hold that one. The title of the show is simple: 328 days. Uh, I've made the decision to retire. That's it. I've been hemming and hawing, saying that I want freedom and I want this and I want that. I said yesterday, 328 days, January 1st, 2022. I'm done. I can't walk away. Um, I have to consult after that. I have to still make decisions, but the day to day operations of the business, I will have nothing to do with. And if they can't step up and manage those things, then those pieces will have to be cut out of the business. Um, does it mean I'm going to downsize? Not right now. I'm actually looking to start growth, not now, but basically, I want to follow through with my plan. And at the end of the year, the business should be at a point where um, it can run without me. That's important to me, guys, is that the business will continue to run without me. Uh, Once I made that decision, things started to become a lot easier. Um, Instead of wanting everything to be perfect that I pushed off my plate, I just started pushing. It's yours. Deal with it. Not a lot of stuff, but little things that I was pushing off the plate slow. I just went, okay, shove. The first thing was who's going to build the listings, who's going to manage that part of it. Instead of bringing internal and building a team, everything I felt had to be under my thumb. The first thing I did was, okay, that's it. The listing agency and I will sit down and they are going to take over all these tasks related to listings. We now have to devise a way of pushing and pulling the information back and forth, communications. But the listings are off my plate. I'm done. As of yesterday, they are done. I'm not doing them. My team has the basic concept of it, but we're going to hire people to do that work. That's what they focus on. That's all they do is build listings. They do the keywords research. They do that kind of stuff that I won't need to do. Um, it instantly made some decisions about parts of the business. I was able to make them instead of going, a lot of things I kept taking off the top of my to-do list and I would put it on the bottom. We all have those things. I am sure some of you people have things that you took off your to-do list last night and put it on the bottom. I'm really good at doing that. I see a very clear path out now. I think one of the first things was seeing the difference between perfect and letting somebody else deal with it. I'm not talking about a major problem. Now I'm going to just dump on somebody's lap and say, here, deal with it. What I'm saying is things like the day to day operations of inventory. Inventory doesn't have to be the inventory system doesn't have to be perfect when I walk away. It has to be to a point that somebody is managing it and working on it, which I have now. These this is a decision I've been saying, I've been hemming and hawing about and joking about for a long time. The biggest problem with this decision is nobody believes me. Nobody believes that I will actually be done January 1st. They've heard me say it numerous times before. They've heard me scream Chicken Little, the sky is falling, the sky is falling, John is retiring scenario for probably 3 years now. At 10 years, I was kind of done with this, guys. But I don't believe that's the case this time. I think I want to have a moment in time where I get to say I told you so. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I will sit back and smile thinking, yeah, this is where I could tell you I told you so. What am I going to do with all my free time? I honestly don't know. I really don't. I haven't had free time to even think about what I would do with free time. One of the things I would like to do is focus on building personal wealth. I don't want to be rich. This I'm learning from working on my estate plan. I don't want to be rich. I want to be secure. I want the security of knowing that when I step away from the business, when the buy-sell agreement goes into place and I no longer work for my company, that Lori and I have enough income between Social Security, the payment from the company, the money that we have saved and invested, and her pension, 401ks, and all the things that we have is enough for us to survive on for the rest of the time we're here. That's a big issue for me. My retirement is structured around a 20-year plan in total. I'll be 75 in the end. The business, that is saying the business will stay in business for 20 years. I don't know that it will. I can't see that far out into the future. We had a pandemic that makes everybody hesitate on planning out more than 6 months, a year. And even with 6 months in a year, we're talking about, well, if the pandemic is in this state or that state, then this is what we think. There's no actual absolute plan going forward. So I think I want to get into personal wealth building. Not so much the stock market, maybe stocks. I don't know. I really don't know. I need to learn more to feel confident about it. But what I can tell you is with 328 days till retirement, I have a clear path now. I know what I have to do. I know what decisions have to be made. I know what processes have to be in place. And I know which ones were just put there as hurdles to keep me from retiring. The two brands that I'm working on, I will continue to work on those. They are not included in my retirement from my company. Those two brands will be built outside of my current company. They have LLCs, so they'll be built outside the current company. I'm not really sure exactly how, but the object is that they will be up for sale by the end of the year. Both companies will have proof of concept, will be selling on Amazon, and they will be up for sale on, I'm going to put them up for sale. They'll be very easy to run. So if they don't sell, they can continue to run. The product is manufactured and shipped directly to Amazon on one of them. The other one is just a repackaged item, which I probably can push the manufacturer into doing for me when the time comes, if I need to do it. The one thing that has changed is how much am I willing to spend for my retirement. Instead of trying to cut all the corners so that I keep all the money, all of a sudden I'm willing to pay a little bit more for things to let other people assume the responsibilities of doing the work. The first example is a listing person. I hired an agency is what it is. It's an agency that does nothing but listing work. They fight with Amazon when you need listings, when you have orphan listings and you need to pull them into a master listing as a variation. They update titles and images and all that stuff that I want done on my listings. It comes at a cost. But I'm willing to pay that cost now so that I don't have to be responsible for it any longer. I also feel that by doing that, it makes it easier for my team to assume responsibility of the business. Now, they'll have to maintain the relationship and they'll have to make sure the work's being done. But if it's not, replacing that agency is not that complicated nowadays. You can find somebody on Upwork. There's places you can find replacement. The other thing is there's going to come to a point in time where listings aren't as predominant in my business as they are right now. Listings are a big issue because after 13 years of not caring, all of a sudden to start caring about what my listings look like is a big deal. Some of the things we're cleaning up is titles, bullet points in Amazon. They're getting on the all caps. Well, back when I did them, they were all caps was okay. So some of the bullet points have to be changed. Some of the images need to be enlarged, or back then there wasn't a real big deal about infographics and videos and all. So all that stuff that has to be done with listings, I pushed off my plate in one meeting yesterday, an hour and a half meeting. At the end of the hour and a half meeting, half my plate was clear. Big difference there, guys. Big difference in the mentality that I had to shift. I'm willing to give up profit for that freedom. Thursday, I wasn't ready to give up profit for all the freedom. What happened? I'm ready to have a breakdown. I'm stressed out. That thing with Amazon really put the screws to me. I need a break. I got 328 days of work left. And you're going to hear a lot about decisions that I'm making to get me to that point. The biggest thing right now holding me from being free will be. Arthur saying, John, don't be surprised at how much your life will change once retired, even to how you physically look and feel. Yeah, guys, you're going to see that I'm going to start. Listen, it's not going to be like a typical job where I'm working 40 hours a week for the rest of the year. And at the end of the year, all of a sudden, I'm just free. I'm just done. And I go, well, what the fuck happened? It's going to be a progression. I'm going to guess in about 60 days is when the biggest change is going to occur. And that's when problems start to come. And I go, oh, it ain't my responsibility. You guys figure it out. Tell me what you think we should do. And I'm going to stop making decisions. I may start, I think the way it'll start is that I'll start approving their decisions. Just to make sure that they don't make a mistake that I've already made. For example, the possible suspension from Amazon was over a label issue. I don't want them to make that same mistake that I did. So I'll make sure it's taken care of. There's some things that I have to still do. All the labels in China have to be redone. Not a big deal. It'll take me 2 or 3 hours and it'll be finished. What I will do is I will make sure it's organized by uploading it onto the server. I have a server for the company. Upload it onto the server so that everybody has access to it. So the next time somebody needs a label, I don't get an email, hey, John, we need the label for. That's what the next year is going to consist of, is when they say, hey, John, I'm going to say, whoa, wait a minute, stop. Let's get you so that you have, and you no longer ask me. That's going to be a big, big part of this. I have one major hurdle that is really weighing me down and tying me to the business. That one hurdle is Amazon with the pay-per-click, how we do pay-per-click. Nobody knows. It's a very disorganized mess, and it really needs to be cleaned up into some kind of system that somebody else can do. I did think about hiring an outside agency to do the work. The problem is they always want to destroy everything that you've done and start over. Well, what I have has been working since 2012 was the first ad that I put up on Amazon. First pay-per-click ad that I put up on Amazon was in 2012. So I'm not going to throw away 13 years of work. I believe I can build a system, the base of a system, and hand off for somebody else to manage. Whether they do the work and then hand it off, or they hand it off at the beginning, is up to them. But I got to give them something. I got to give my team something to work with, which is important. I believe just by doing what I'm doing, we should increase sales by about 5 to 10% a year. Gross sales should increase. Is it massive? Nope. But but it's enough growth to sustain the company moving forwards. Now, there's some ideas that we have that they may want to put into place that will grow the company bigger. That will be on them, and I will have the final decision on it. The reason I'll have the final decision is it comes down to money. Boys and girls, it always comes down to money. And I don't know how much more I want to invest in the company or reinvest into the company on new projects and ideas at this time. I may want to run the company like it is, taking my money out while they're making payments to me to own the company, unless they want to put up their own money for these ideas. Then we'll discuss that at that point. I'm not gonna have these big, massive growth spurts, and I'm not gonna have these injections of cash of 100 I'm not taking a loan to buy a warehouse. I'm not doing any of that stuff. That's not going to happen. And you have to kind of draw the boundaries too, guys. Which is very important. You got to have boundaries of what you're willing to work on and what you're not willing to work on. Some of the things that I wanted to work on, I'm going to have to let go. I'm going to have to say, well, I gave it my best, but it's either going to be my health or it's going to be the company. And right now it's to a point where my health is more important to me. My mental health, the stress factor of dealing with all this all the time, the becoming anchored to this freaking desk again, trying to make everybody else's life better and not focusing on myself. My team wants to grow the company. I don't. I'm happy where I'm at. So to make everybody okay with it, we're going to move forwards in this manner. And everybody's on board. This isn't like anybody's upset about my decisions. They understand that some of the growth will automatically come off the planning table. Some of the growth will remain. It really depends on how things go. I'm going to pull in some people, certain people of the team, certain parts of the team into the planning of growth and how that works. It's not a quick, easy fix. I'll show them how it works. I'll show them how I need to get the listing company to build the listings. I'll show them how it needs to be added to PPC in this manner, which will be the basis of the PPP system. It's a matter of you have to be able to hand off a project to somebody that is capable of taking the project further. For some people, I could say, well, I want to sell this bottle. Get it done. They'll know how to build the listing, because this listing may already exist. So they'll know how to add the listing. They'll know how to add the inventory into the inventory system. They'll know how to get it shipped into Amazon. But if I tell them I want to build a new product, or a new brand, they may not understand all the steps in that process. So there's a different amount of push that you can give to the stuff on your plate. Some of it has to be more perfected or more systemized than others. Some have to be an idea and you can push it off. Here's my idea, run with it. Tell me what you think, how you're going to accomplish it, what are you going to do, and let's talk about it in a week. some things have to be more planned out. Like the listings. I need these listings done, and it's your responsibility to do it. Here, now we have to figure out how I give you a list of things that I want worked on. What is my hierarchy of how I want things done? Then some things just need to be forgotten about. There's projects that I have ideas for that I'm just going to have to let go. Or wait until the team is developed enough, developed a core within themselves without me, develop their methods of getting things done, and then maybe feed them a couple of the ideas that I had. We have a plan of how the company is going to operate. We have a plan. We've had a plan of how growth will look going into the future, growth that I'm okay with and growth that they're okay with. They don't fully agree with me 100% on my growth plan, but I'm still the boss. So they are going along with it. Nobody is totally against my growth plan. Some of them just think that I'm not being aggressive enough in my growth. And I want to show them that it's okay to go slower, especially with the Amazon loan having to be paid in full before I can retire. I was looking at it yesterday, and I'm right at owing 100 grand, which means there's probably 5 payments left on the loan, which means there's a real good chance that it's going to be paid in full by summer, which allows me financially to set this plan into motion. The biggest change I think you're going to see is in my demeanor. I think the stress is going to slowly go away. I think I'm going to do more things for me over the next 10 months. I'm going to be 55 in a few weeks, and it's that in itself is taking a toll on me, because I feel like I'm getting strapped to this desk and I don't want to work till I'm 70. So I'm getting out while I can. And listen, guys, I may only be out 6 months and end up back in because something blows up. This is a test. I mean, this isn't written in stone. This isn't me working for the government saying, okay, I'm done. I won't see you no more. Bye. This is me saying, I think the business will run itself. I have thought it through of all the possible ways that it can blow up, and it really doesn't look like it'll blow up. So this is a good time for me. But until I actually step away and let them step into the roles, we won't know. I'm hoping to do that on a test basis in about 2 months. Hopefully I have enough of a plan together for the pay-per-click. The pay-per-click is what's going to hold it up. If that's not straightened out, I'm not going to step down. That has to be a model. That has to be a system of some sort. The rest of it is running fine. Now it's down to the pay-per-click and the listings, and I have a listing agency. But if I'm not happy with this listing agency, I know I can find another one. I know I can find somebody else. But I'll be happy with this company. As long as they put forth the effort, I will be happy. Guys, we're coming up on the witching hour. I was going to not have a show tomorrow. I was going to take the day off. But honestly, there's nothing going on at 7 o'clock in the morning around here. So I'm okay with having a show. I am trying to do less work, Lori and I have to take the dog today. And then I don't know what I'm going to do. I may go out into the desert with the buggy. I got to see what Lori needs. We have a lot of stuff going on around the house. By the way, I saved $700 yesterday by going to Lowe's. I ordered appliances. Lori picked out all these stainless steel high-end appliances. And the refrigerator was $700 cheaper. $700. All I had to do was say, "Hey, look, the price difference," and they matched the price. I only ordered the stuff on Monday. It hasn't even been delivered yet. So it was pretty easy to get my $700. So keep an eye on that kind of stuff, guys. You could save some money. All right, guys, remember, God loves you. Lord knows I'm trying. Get off your ass and get to work. Listen, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And please, I could use a few thumbs up. It's just, it'll make me feel better today. Thanks, guys. Have a blessed one. Bye.